The case against Robert Tellis, it is underway. Robert Tellis, of course, the former Clark County public administrator on trial for the alleged murder of investigative reporter Jeff Gurman, known for his reporting around Southern Nevada and Las Vegas. A reporter who reported on him and didn't tell such a nice tale. And the allegation is that, Robert didn't like all that very much and maybe sought revenge. Joining me to discuss, Bob Motta, defense attorney, host of the podcast Defense Diaries. We've seen opening statements now, a few of the witnesses thus far, but we're pretty early into this. What's your impressions thus far?
My impression is that I cannot wait for this guy to get on the stand and try to sell what, in my estimation, is the worst frame up job defense theory of all time. I'm not buying any of it. Like I sit there as a defense attorney and I'm feeling bad for the defense attorney that obviously Tellis was never pleading this thing out, no matter what his attorney
Mm-hmm.
recommended that he do. You know, when you've got a client that is insistent on going to trial, you have to do the best that you can with the absolute worst hand in poker, which is a 2-7 off suit. And that's what this lawyer's been dealt. So like he's doing the best he can to try to kind of, sell this concept that he was framed up by the cops. But man, just the amount of evidence that they have that's exceptionally powerful. Uh,
Yeah.
putting him there. I mean, the wound on his finger is like hamburger meat. It's
Yeah.
just destroyed, which is something that happens frequently when you have a homicide that is done by way of a sharp object, a knife, namely.
Yeah.
And oftentimes the perpetrator cuts themselves because they're trying to control the victim with one hand while they're stabbing with the other. And many times, because that victim's thrashing around and trying to
Mm-hmm.
save themselves, you'll nick yourself or cut yourself. So, and then they've obviously got the things that they found at the house, which is the cut up shoes, the cut up sun hat and this distinctive outfit that was worn by the perpetrator, and they find this all in the house. They find the bag that looks to be very much like the bag that the perpetrator is carrying. They have the maroon Denali driving all around Gurman's neighborhood, parked, and you see the perpetrator get out of it, run and check to make sure that the body's not moving, and then run back into that same. It's tough, man. It's tough. Like I said, like I'm anxious to see how this guy, like, and what we've heard is that he's going to testify.
Well, that'll be
So
interesting. That'll be very interesting.
that'll be interesting.
Because judging by his campaign video where he's asking for reelection, he's an idiot. I mean, I'm amazed he was elected the first time. But, a lot of times, public administrators and such, people don't even know who they're voting for. It's just, well,
Exactly.
check the box. And
Exactly.
this is what you get. I mean, honestly, watching that video for asking for reelection is basically a campaign commercial. I could tell then this guy is full of shit. I mean, there's something off about him right there. He couldn't speak genuinely about the office of what he was going to do. He was trying to read a teleprompter and doing a horrible job at
Right.
that. I mean, that in itself was telling it had nothing to do with this murder. It also tells me this guy is a total fucking idiot.
Oh yeah.
I mean, obviously we're not murderers, but we talk about them a lot, and we've seen enough of
Right.
them to know
Right.
maybe don't wear
I
blaze
defended
orange.
them.
Yes, and you defend
Yeah.
them.
Yeah.
Don't wear blaze orange to the crime scene and walk in public down the street with a giant sun hat that looks more like Raiden from Mortal Kombat than your average individual walking down the road. And what I
Don't drive your wife's SUV to go commit the murder in a
yes,
world in which there's ring cameras and
everywhere.
security surveillance cameras everywhere. Don't do those things. And then when you do, don't leave the evidence in your house, cut up or not, for the police to find when they're able to put together that Denali is belongs to your wife, which only took a very, very short period of time. Don't leave DNA under the victim's fingernails.
That's I just
Yeah.
I can't wrap my mind around how dumb this guy is. I mean, he did like everything you could possibly do wrong. It's like he watched a crime show or he watched Dateline or listened to us or something. And went, I'm gonna do the opposite of everything I'm hearing right here. Do
Right.
the opposite of all the good case. Do the exact opposite. Hey, thanks for checking out the video. Be sure to follow us wherever you download podcasts, and especially Apple Podcasts, where you can get advanced episode and premium content on our premium channel right there. Also, be sure to follow us on social media so you don't miss any breaking updates on the stories that matter to you most. We're on TikTok, X, Instagram, Facebook. Just search Hidden Killers Podcast with Tony Brueski, and you'll find us right there. Again, thanks for watching.